Iris of the Rainbows has a message for you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. She travels over the rainbow bridge between heaven and earth to deliver messages of inspirations to us mere mortals. She often comes through in a shape-shifted form, disguising herself as a human or sometimes an animal in order to convey her words of wisdom. And she brings a message for you now. You can find her wherever you see rainbows. You can find her in the space when the storm breaks and the first rays of sun start to peer through the dark clouds. And you find yourself at such a juncture now. The worst of the storm is over, but there may be one more downpour that's coming in here. You're being encouraged as you're a rider on that storm to understand that the storm is the vehicle itself that carries you forward. Iris often wears winged sandals, and she has association with the messenger Mercury. And so there is something coming in here about receiving messages from Mercury. You could be receiving a message from a Virgo. You could be a Virgo rising. It makes you a Pisces descendant. You could be receiving messages from Gemini. Jupiter has been in Gemini. It is one of your rulers, Pisces. So Piscean energy coming through pretty strongly in relation to this. This message is a break through the storm. It's something that gives you hope as you wait for the last storm to pass, to bring about its purification of all the old heavy energy, all the dead issues that are finally ready to be laid to rest, so they can be carried off by the gales, washed away by the rains, just in time to bring you liberation, release from what's held you in a chrysalis state, so you can sprout golden wings just like Iris of the Rainbows, and find your passage swift to the other side of that rainbow and the pot of gold that awaits you. But in the meantime, while you get this message of hope, this message that imparts some kind of wisdom to you, it's important that you understand the value of resting in the darkness, that you understand the value of gestation, and understand that whatever is coming in to wash the land clear, it does provide what's needed to nourish new growth moving forward. On the other side of the storm, Iris of the Rainbows will show you beauty, beauty as it resides within you, so you can share more beauty with the world in the light that you allow to peek through what you've learned in the time of the darkness, and also in the inspirational musings that birth new creations that you'll share with others, that speak of something that you've been through, some wisdom you've gained that couldn't be gained any other way, that's meant to be passed on. Eight of Sky, breath, the pause between then and what will be, found in this eternal now. There's something that is being balanced out for you within the breath. You've been waiting to exhale. The exhalation will come soon. Let's see what's coming in here for you. Crossing energy, the wheel. Number 7, Cancerian energy, the chariot. It will come forward. Whatever message comes in here, it gives you inspiration, it gives you wisdom, it gives you some kind of insight into the direction you're meant to head. It brings you into proper alignment, and it gives you a vehicle for moving forward of sorts. Cancerian energy coming through very strongly. There could be a fire sign connected to this, potentially a Leo. I see this with Father Fire coming through here, speaking of happiness on the other side of a difficult transition. With the wheel to come in there, this could also be connected to Sagittarian energy. Okay, let's see what this is. It's something that's moving you into greater expansion. But first, you have to discover the beauty that is within you, maybe reflected through the iris of your own eyes. This is getting a different view of yourself, perhaps through the eyes of another, and what they reflect back to you allows a certain beauty to grow within you, to germinate within you, that will radiate out from you. Really beautiful energy with the mirror coming in here. It's a gift of water. And whatever it nurtures within yourself, it makes you queen of the earth because it gives you a very special treasure. A special treasure that honors all the multifaceted aspects of your journey, the experience you've had, and who you stand now, forged in the fire, impenetrable as the diamond, ready to shine your radiance and clarity in the world with a special message that you have to share. I feel that's part of Iris making this introduction, however she comes through for you. Iris of the rainbow is here to pass a message on to you, but it's not meant to stop at you. It's meant to be shared with others. It is your vehicle for moving forward. The message is your vehicle for moving forward. Yes, some kind of inspiration here. It's the light that builds in your life. It is your 3 of Wands. It's that thing you've been waiting for. The thing you've been waiting for that's not what you thought you were waiting for. And it is a fire matter. We're talking of transformation here. Something right now, 8:08 on the clock. Absolutely, to 8:11, there is a path of power that is opening up for you. It rises up through the ground of your being. Fueled at one point by pressurized fire, it may have been ire, it may have been rage that was bubbling beneath the surface, but something's been tempered here. Notice how fire and water are coming together, and they are transforming the landscape. There's something here that's rising up as a moment of transformation. There's transformation here that is fueled by some sense of passionate purpose that's rising up from the ground of your being, from the depth of your emotions. And it's something that's changing the very topography of your life. It's like the road rising up to meet you. There's something here that you've survived. There's something here that you've endured with the shark medicine. You've been able to navigate some tricky territory, some very tricky emotional territory. You may have had to go through some uncharted waters in order to call your power back from a certain experience. Some of you may need to connect with a particular piece of land. I got Hawaii coming through. The black sand beaches. There's something you need to connect with in relation to this. That message is not for all of you, but we know that Hawaii is also associated with the rainbows. So there could be a rainbow connection coming through there for some of you. I'm speaking to somebody out there. Ooh, something wanted to fly out there and then it went right back in the deck. Maybe something that's not meant to be revealed just yet, but will come to be clear in time. Whatever's coming through here for you through Iris of the Rainbows is going to revitalize your connection with divine guidance. And if you already feel like you're really connected to your divine guidance, expect for the messages to be coming through even more strongly, more pressing. Queen of Waters, something wants to flower within you. Look at this. Yes, you're coming into power now. There's some sort of inspiration that's coming in that's going to make you feel like you're plugged back into source. You may have gone through a period of time where you felt a little bit like you were having to light your own way with the torch here. You had to go on a solo journey. It may have been something that tested your mettle. I do feel like it was necessary for you to have to sort of feel it out a bit without having such a direct line to your usual divine guidance. It may have been sort of silenced for a bit as you had to fall back on yourself to find the inspiration within you so you could actually tap back into that source that's not really found without, but is found within. And I think this is something that you had to go through here in order to arrive at what's ready to come to bloom for you. On the other side of one last storm, there's still something that needs to be cleared out here. I feel that really strongly. Really strongly. You'll also find this message coming through where you see flowers, maybe showing up in an unexpected way, maybe showing up through someone who offers them to you. It's said that Iris of the Rainbows, everywhere she goes, beautiful, brightly colored flowers crop up everywhere she steps. So there's something about this. Also something about what's gifted to you here, this insight you get through this messenger that comes on your path. It causes so much beauty to spring up on your path, and it brings more of a mosaic sort of hue to your life. It brings back the color to your life. It brings back a sense of a technicolor kind of experience, color therapy coming through too. And I'm also getting this piece of maybe you're feeling really drawn to colors that you normally aren't drawn to. And this is something you should pay attention to because there might be something that's also getting cleared out and purified within the chakra system. That's another sort of rainbow bridge. Now, Orris root is connected to Iris. It's the very roots of Iris. And it's something that's used in a lot of spiritual work to banish energy, particularly evil eye energy. It's also sometimes used in exorcism. So it's a purification sort of root work that's used quite frequently. Sometimes it's used, actually quite often, it's used in hoodoo for workings around love. But it's kind of a touchy one to play with, I have to say, because it does have connotations of an iron fist and a velvet glove. It does have that sort of softening, silky, sort of refined, you could say almost like a regal kind of energy, but it has a lot of might to it. It's a very commanding energy as well. So it's not always best used in that way. There might be something in relation to that. There might be something in relation to that that is needing to be cleansed, that's needing to be purified. It smells like violets. So there can be a connection to fairy coming through here as well. I do feel like your bridge to really embodying the magic that wants to come through this energy of iris of the rainbows does involve you connecting with the flowers, and also maybe working with the orris root a bit as well. Something to help you really come into the true nature of your commanding presence. Orris root is ruled by the moon, and we already brought in the energy of Mercury, but it is deeply connected with the element of water. And in fact, in some cases, irises are grown to help purify streams of water. So again, there's something here about purifying the waterway. I think of waterway, I think of intuition, I think of the emotions. I also think of the amniotic fluid. So what wants to be born through you now. There's a need for some kind of purification, also maybe even on an intuitive level. And you might be getting some kind of guidance coming through in relation to this from a particular messenger. Whatever it is, I feel it plugs you back into your sense of power. And as I say that, I'm noticing here that there's 3 distinctive colors coming through with this power cord here. We have red, we have green, and we also have blue, and then it lights everything up. So this makes me feel like in order to come into this position of power, so you can have the vision come on board that will give you the clarity you seek, there's a need here to clear something from Anahata, the heart chakra, as well as Muladhara, the root chakra, and Vishuddha, the throat chakra. So there's something that needs to be bridged here. There's a need for really grounding something. There's a need for rooting. Orris root may be able to help you in that way. May be able to purify the roots, okay? This coming through. Yes, there's grounding needed so that creative energy can be empowered. But I feel like in order for you to receive the message that you're meant to share, something you're meant to bring forward here, you first need to get really rooted in here and do some purification of the throat chakra as well. There might be something that needs to be communicated emotionally, something that comes from the heart that's currently blocked. It can't come forward. And in fact, once this is communicated, once this is shared, this is what really lights up Manipura. This is what lights up the solar plexus chakra. It's like you come back on board into your soul's essence. Breath. Breath can be a bridge for this. You might want to work with breathing into these different centers, work with the breath to clear some energy here. Pranayama coming through is something that may be able to help you move this energy. It might be like energetic holding patterns that are related to emotions that are suppressed, or energies, latent energies that are suppressed, that are connected to deeply charged emotional experiences. You might want to focus on those energy centers in your body: your root, your heart, your throat. And then you'll feel your power come back on board. King of Water, wearing a mask. It'll allow a certain mask to fall, so your vulnerability can be your strength. It's allowing yourself to be truly seen here, that becomes like a shield for you. But something's been hidden. Something's been hidden that needs to be revealed. And for some of you, this is an inspiration that's coming through you that's extremely vulnerable. It's something that you're sharing, but you're meant to share it because it has some kind of effect of sharing the beauty that you were able to pluck out of the ground of your being through your time of resting in the shadow after riding out a particular storm that seeds beauty in the world around you. It causes a certain magic to take root that makes the flowers grow. Ooh, yes, look at this. Ooh, I got chills here. Yes, look at this. It brings you into alignment with yourself. And this is what has the dawn appearing on the horizon for you. So beautiful. See, look how much that rooting is really important right now, because I feel like whatever this is that's rising up out of the ground of your being, it is like a tower of power. And it has far-reaching effect. And once you do this, what you're going to find is you're going to have this beautiful, effortless flow with waterfall. All you have to do is give yourself over to it. And then you enter the waterway that carries you forward here. Two of water. The way opens and you find the way through. But this mask needs to fall with the King of Water here. Something currently has been concealed, and what's been concealed is your true power. And your true power is coming through as vulnerability. Vulnerability in what you're sharing here, in what you're expressing here. I think this meditation is so important right now for you. And it's also like you're a divining rod, you know where the water is. The water is within you. So it's like you have to dive real deep into your own soul's essence here in order for you to even be able to receive or recognize this message when it comes in. But I feel like you're coming into alignment with this. And again, it shows up on the cut of the deck, Queen of Water, and something blooms in you. It comes out of Manipura here. And again, we have those same colors showing up in the center. The green, the blue, and the red. You see? This is something about reclaiming your power and your inner authority here. Very interesting. Okay, what do we got here? After the storm, the flowers grow, you see? But first, something needs to be laid to rest. Two of Earth, we have death here, okay? Big Scorpio energy coming through. Makes me think of the energy of Persephone. And Iris of the Rainbows has a very similar energy to that of Core. When Persephone returns to the earth after being down in the underworld with Hades, Core is so delighted to resurface and bring all this beautiful blossoming to the world around her. She's transformed. There's something that's been integrated that empowers her to bring forth all this beauty, all this fresh new energy. And there's like this sense of pollination here, you know, something has far-reaching effect. It has a bit of like a butterfly effect I got here, okay? So this is heading into rebirth energy after this final storm. It's like something does need to clear away that's been held in too long. Let's see what we got going on here. I want some more details for you around this message. It's on the bottom of the deck here. Queen of Wands teaches anything one desires to know. So I feel like this is Iris coming through. She's a good familiar. She helps you tap into that storehouse of the water element within you that gives you strength for when you're traveling through parched lands, okay? Not much longer, I'm hearing, not much longer. But there is sort of a tempering process you've been through here. I don't know why, but I almost got like a vision of scorched earth, right? It's like something's been pretty hot to handle. At times, things have felt barren. At times, you felt weary. It's like your soul has been experiencing a bit of a drought. So even though a storm comes, right, it brings the rains. It brings the rains, and even though it's difficult to ride out the storm, it parches what was really needing its thirst quenched. And it also allows new things to grow from the ground of your being. It's like returning to the source of who you are. You might have strong fire and earth in your chart. You may have been sort of falling back into those elementals more than your water, okay? And this is really a call back to your true soul's essence. This is a call back to your water, or it is the water aspect of your inner cosmology that's wanting you to tap in right now. I feel like you've been acting out of earth and fire more. That's sort of how it's coming through, and you're really needing your water at this time. But that may be difficult because of the mask aspect. Like there might be a need for you to be a little bit more vulnerable than you've been comfortable being as you've been moving through certain intense territory. 9 of Swords. Yeah, see, I feel like you've been in this position where you felt like you had to be at the ready for what would come at you. You might have been dealing with some anxiety. You've been through something that's been pretty intense, and the wounds have been long standing, and that's why the cleansing is necessary. Like there is a purification that's needed here. So let's get some more details about maybe what energies you're dealing with here. We got Queen of Pentacles coming through. Yeah, there's something that you now have intellectual lucidity around. There's something you understand a little bit better than you could before. And what you're seeing, what you're understanding here, it is giving you gold, so to speak. It's a little bit of gold smithing, you know. There's something you had to earn through the trials you've been through. And through that soul smithing, it's provided you with some gold, or it will shortly. There is some kind of compensation for what you've endured here. Some of you could have been dealing with an earth sign energy, okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in relation to this. Something you had to take a stand with the 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Maybe you felt like somebody tried to sort of come at you in such a way that put you in a very defensive posturing. You may have to deal with this person again. This could be somebody that is a bit of a competitor. It's got that, like, you know, Griffin energy around it. Okay. So this could be somebody who wants to get their hands on something. I mean, Orus root came in. It is connected to a little bit to that evil eye, Malocchio energy. So you could be dealing with somebody who is seeing something you're coming into possession of here as a direct result of some long fought battle you've been through here. Like there's something you've been navigating that's been very difficult for you. And whatever you have being put in your hands here, it's something that you've earned the hard way, okay? And it's something that's meant for you. But there is somebody here that does have an issue with what you're coming into alignment with. And this can make somebody who at one point was a friend turn into an enemy. And this may be somebody that you currently have around you currently, that you're not even aware that this person has these feelings. They may even have some rather rageful feelings, because this says it tells of things to come. There's going to be a need for you to hold your ground here, because somebody has a problem with this opportunity that's coming your way. It's something that's been hard earned. And I think this is the storm that's sort of on the horizon that it's talking about. This person's intentions are invisible at this time. So I do feel like it's somebody that you might not anticipate, okay? Somebody who might want to steal something that's your gold. It's something that you earned through the trials you've been through here. They may appear supportive on the surface, but you need to be aware that this is a little bit of a tricky energy. Now, this could be coming through for you if you're an Earth rising sign, because that makes you a water descendant. So you could be a Taurus rising, you could be a Capricorn rising, you could be a Virgo rising. Okay, this could be speaking directly to you. There could be somebody that you've fallen out with here that you may not even be aware of yet, because this person is really good with keeping their intentions hidden. And I think on the surface, it appears like this person is supportive of you. This looks like somebody you may have even, you know, broken bread with here. You know, you've sat at a table with this person. There's something that feels balanced between the two of you. But I'm telling you, as you start to come into this fortune and this vista starts to open up for you, what was invisible will become evident. And this could become quite a bone of contention. And there might be some kind of message that comes in from Iris of the Rainbows to alert you to this and to also show you how you can overcome this challenge. 6 of Wands in reverse. See, this is somebody who's competitive with you. I see it. This is somebody who is competitive with you. And this is something that it felt like it was done, it was buried. Okay, I got through that. You might feel like this is something behind you, but this has sort of an energy of coming back from the brink of death to rear its ugly head once more. That's why I feel like there's some kind of balance that needs to happen in this situation. Very interesting. Okay, give me some more details about this. Any more details about this before I pull out my Shadow Light playing cards? Because I want to understand a little bit more about this. Griffin energy showing up there again on this 6 of Wands in reverse. So this even could be like a little bit of a tag team effort. This could be a business competitor, okay? This could be somebody competing around somebody's creative property, intellectual property that's coming through. Yeah, see, because somebody here with the Three of Cups is getting an opportunity, all right? They're getting an opportunity that's giving their work a lot of exposure. They're becoming known for this work. And this is really opening things up for them. But I feel like there's a bitter energy in relation to that. It says this person's moving into expansion, which, I mean, I think it's you. As you're moving into this expansion, there's somebody here who wants to try to like make an example out of you. But I see here with the 10 of Cups, we got Divine Warrior confounds the wicked and brings victory and peace. So it's sort of like saying you may not want to have to deal with this energy again, but this is coming. This is coming your way. I see that. Somebody in this situation feels like they've been made an example of, and they're bitter about that. And they're also feeling quite competitive here because of something that's going to be gaining traction for you. And this could be in relation to business or some kind of exposure you have going on here. This could be you getting the spotlight in some way. Something that's really moving you forward in a way where another feels like almost like martyred, like they feel like they've been martyred in a situation or made an example of, or maybe even like sort of shown up, you know what I mean? And behind that, we got the Page of Wands. So here comes a messenger coming in. Sagittarian energy, propagation of light, confounds the wicked and slanders and saves from enemies. So I do feel like you're getting this divine inspiration coming through. You're getting your intuition coming back on board. You're getting messages coming in here that will be showing up on your path that are going to illuminate the way forward for you. And it's almost like you're going to be getting an education in how you can confound the wicked to tear down their plans, or whoever's been slandering you to really turn back that tide. It's like somebody's wanted to get you caught up here, but you're not going to be caught up. You're not going to play the role of martyr here. There's a certain trail that you're blazing here that's lighting your way forward. And I do feel like it requires you to face something that you feel vulnerable about. And you do have anxiety about this. You have fear around this, but you're going to go through the fire. You're going to face your fear. You're going to look at what's been hiding in the dark. You may shine a light on what's been hiding in the dark. You may call it out. You may expose it, okay? Something's been hidden here and you're going to expose it. And it's almost like what's been hidden is the very thing that's given it a false sense of power. And once it's no longer able to have its hiding place, it loses all of its ability to hold you back. And that's when you find the way through. 10 of Cups here. There's some kind of fulfillment coming in. See, it's doubled here. Isn't that interesting? We got the 10 of Cups here with the 10 of Water. So this is what makes the flowers grow. It's interesting because it's almost like the conflict itself, the storm itself, is the very thing that provides the way through. It's the very thing that causes the flowers to grow. It is the bridge between heaven and earth. It is the pot of gold. It's the goldsmithing. You know, it comes through soul smithing. There's like something that is transformed through what's been tested by fire. Right? Some kind of trial by fire. Scorched earth. It may have even been something that completely transformed all your sense of security It may have caused some kind of loss financially. It may have been something that really rocked your root, rocked your foundation, affected your sense of home, your sense of belonging. Something will be restored here. I heard in the rightful way. Okay, let me do a cut of the deck here and see what we got. Some more details. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy coming through here. It's a little soul swapping energy. Like, let me try on your skin for a while. I want to be in your shoes. This is somebody who wanted to do a little bit of a destiny swap here. They were hoping to get you hanged up. You hanged up. And they might want to, see if they can negotiate you to trade places with them by dressing up an opportunity to be better than it actually is. And this may be a situation where you really have to use your own truth to cut yourself down. Don't put on a mask. Don't play a role. Don't try something on for size that you already know doesn't fit here. And again, with the Hanged Man, and with this illumination of truth that you're going to get through some kind of messages, this is also about you understanding that you're dealing with some kind of hidden enemy here. We also have to bring in the piece that the hidden enemy can be a certain blind spot we have or some kind of knowledge we lack. And that is one of the reasons why Iris comes through, to bring that wisdom that's needed to be able to free ourselves perhaps from a martyred position. Seven of Swords. Somebody got played as a pawn here. Again, there's trickery here. There's some sort of theft here. But you're going to get knowledge of this. What has been operating in an evil way, in a very insidious way, will have its hiding places exposed. Even if those are parts of yourself where something's taken root very quietly, very imperceptibly over time. And I feel like whatever it is something that's kept you from sharing the beauty that's inside you. Maybe from even recognizing the beauty that you hold, the beauty that's meant to be shared. Where you feel something was stolen, robbed of you, where something was a bit of trickery, where it was unfair. I do feel like there will be something given to you that appeases that anger. It rectifies it. Okay. Interesting. What do we got here? Page of Pentacles. Let's see, you're learning something here about a Queen of Pentacles. Comes in with big Taurian energy. Also could be somebody born in the year of the ox. This is somebody that you've considered a very good familiar. Okay, this is somebody that you've had a certain trust in, at least at some point here. But something's going to be revealed to you. It's going to be illuminated for you with that Page of Wands. You're going to see something much clearer. Okay. Very interesting. All right. Let me get some counsel coming in from Fairy here around this. Knight of Swords. See, whatever message you get here, it could come in from a Gemini. Okay. It's going to illuminate what's needed to expose what's been hiding in the dark. And from there, it's really going to help you pick up the signal that you need to tune into that will guide you into this next phase of rebirth on your path, that bath medicine coming through. This is also a gateway of initiation. So it's like there's something here you need to cleanse away before you can step through the gateway of initiation. This has yet to come. Let's see what's coming in here. But it's almost like you need assistance, this guidance coming in to help you suss out where the interfering element is. There might be something that you're a little off with in terms of your radar, like what the interfering element is. And there's something that will be exposed here in regard to this. It's something you're not aware of right now. That's why it's coming through in such a way. You may think you know and you don't. It will put you in a position where you do have to hold your ground here. I do feel like there's going to be oppositional energy coming at you. All right, let's see what we got coming in here. Any more details about this? You may have been holding off from investing in a particular direction and you haven't understood, why do I keep kind of, you know, tabling that, or why do I keep creating this space between, you know, really getting something moving? Why does that keep coming in for me, these delays? And it's because this is an essential puzzle piece. There's some part of the picture you haven't been able to see, and you really need to understand this aspect, because it's a restraining sort of influence that you need to be aware of, but it's not where you think it's coming from. That's what I got. Okay. It's not where you think it's coming from. Let's get some more details here. 3 of Wands, you see? And once you're able to have this revealed to you, which it's going to come in, but see, there's this piece where you're really going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to pay attention. So do be aware, okay? A little bit of a clue that there's synchronicities coming in relation to Iris of the rainbows, and the messages she wants to impart to you is to pay attention whenever you're seeing rainbows show up on your path, whether that's a rainbow in the sky, or you see somebody sitting in the park blowing bubbles and you see that sort of rainbow luminescence on those bubbles as they float through the air. There's something about that, okay, to pay attention to. But whatever this is, it's going to open up your road and get you moving forward in a really big way. When I was tapping into the water collective energy, when I was out on my walk today, the storm clouds were gathering. There's like some kind of storm rolling in here. And as soon as Iris of the rainbows came in, I saw a patch of the most beautiful purple irises that were growing in someone's garden. And, you know, purple is also a very powerful color. It's more of a like regal, commanding sort of color. And I do feel like that's sort of what you're reclaiming here. It's like a color that was often worn by the royals, purple. And it also makes me think of the color purple, like the color purple, just it wants to be appreciated, you know? And there's something here about yourself that you don't see, that you need to see through a different lens. It may be through the eyes of another, okay? It may be through the eyes of another. It could be through this messenger that wants to come through for you. And as I'm talking about this, it's like the blockage is wanting to come in around the throat. Somebody doesn't want you to recognize this about yourself, because if you do, then it puts you more of in a position of command, and it gives you what you need to move forward quite rapidly with the Knight of Wands. It turns that inner pressurized fire into purposeful action, because the way through opens up for you. And what you've been seeking finally seeks you, and it comes into port here with the 3 of Wands. And it was so interesting, you know, I was thinking about irises, and I was thinking about all of their associations and everything that they represent. And they do represent endings as well. They do represent things that are coming to a close in our life. but they also bring in so much beauty, and they have a very special magic. They also strengthen our sense of divination to be able to divine the future. And I don't know why, but I keep getting this image of divining rods. You know, it's like finding where the water is. Where's the water? Where's the intuition? Where's the emotions? Where's the birthway? Where is the flow? It's like these are all things that you're tapping into here, that you'll be guided to, that will guide you forward as you tap into this energy of Iris of the Rainbows. But it was so wild because it's like as soon as I tapped into that medicine and that message on my walk, I saw like this spinning wheel. It was rainbow. It was a spinning wheel that was in someone's yard, you know, and that made me think of the momentum moving forward, the transformation, and also just finding your chariot, finding your way through, not being held back any longer. Once you recognize this thing about yourself that you're not aware of, it's a gift that you hold. It's a gift you hold. It's something reflected back to you in the mirror of gazing into your own eyes. You may want to do that a bit. You may be surprised what you find there. Try working with a little mirror work where you just sit and gaze into your own eyes and use it as a meditation point. It's very powerful. It is very powerful. And then it was wild because then I rounded the corner and there was one of those, you know, those mirror balls that sometimes people have in their yards. Well, there was one and it was all rainbow hue. And I was like, wow, this is really coming through very strongly for water elemental here. So there's some gift you're receiving here, but pay attention when you see those cues in your environment that Iris is around, whether you're seeing rainbows or you're seeing beautiful, colorful flowers, you know, cropping up everywhere. There's something for you to pay attention to. Pay attention to that because it's like synchronicity coming through that's giving you a special kind of guidance. All right. One more around here. Anything else, Fairy, that you want to bring in here in relation to this? Yeah. But I do feel like in order to enter this waterway, right, this effortless flow that comes from giving oneself over to the gravity of the waterfall, so you can enter that river that is never the same river that it was before. You can never enter the same river twice, but this river leads you back to the source. It leads you back to the source that is you. I just got some of you may actually really connect with a particular river. There may be something about this river and the medicine it has to share with you that when you sit there, when you sit by this river in reflection, it returns you back to source. You might want to do something that involves like letting something go to the river, you know, releasing the old energy to the river. Some kind of purification ritual could be coming through as very fortuitous for you, especially with the full moon in Sagittarius that will be coming in on the 11th. That might be a big initiatory gateway for you. Okay, let me do a cut of the deck again. I think I'd already did that, but I felt called to bring it in again. Queen of Wands on this side. And what do we got on the other side here? Six of Pentacles. Okay, some gift coming in here. The Hermit. Behind the Hermit, the Hangman, and behind the Hangman, the King of Pentacles. This is wild because this came out in the air sign collective read too, where the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles both show up. This is very interesting, the way this is coming through. It's behind the Hanged Man. Something that's been held up. So the King of Pentacles has been held up by the Queen of Pentacles. This is what's had somebody in sort of a holding pattern here. It seems like the King of Pentacles is the one coming forward that's bringing some kind of offer. With this, we got the Hermit energy. And this puts a certain power in someone's hands, perhaps a Queen of Wands, okay, that allows them to move forward on their path after they receive this information. So this is you like taking some kind of power in your hands and moving forward independently here as a result of a message that comes through, some kind of insight that's needed. It could be from a Virgo, okay, who's bringing in the gift of this knowledge that opens up the road here. Really interesting. And again, Virgo, the house of work, okay? This could be something in relation to work, something you need to know, something that's helpful, okay? Let me get a little detail here. I'm going to pull out my Shadow Light playing cards. I just want details on the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, because so far they've been a running theme. And let's check out this Queen of Wands here too, okay? Let's just check this out, because we did have Page of Wands come through a few times. All right, so let's get some details here. Yes, let's know about these messages coming in and what we need to be aware of here. Four of Spades in the shadow. Yeah, because something has really been held back for a while. And look at that. There's the Queen of Diamonds associated with that Pentacle energy right on the bottom of the deck. It's wild. It's the same thing, the exact same thing as in the air sign download. So this is pretty trippy here. Let's check this out, okay? So yeah, something's definitely been like held within a chrysalis state. It hasn't been allowed to transform. And this has caused there to be like a very pressurized sort of situation here. All right, tell me about this Queen of Pentacles, because Queen of Pentacles showed up as an influence that is connected to that Griffin energy. Now, that Griffin energy, as we brought it in here on the channel, is usually a Griffin sent in proxy of a wizard who is bent on getting their hands on some treasure. So this King of Pentacles here could be a wizard. It's possible, especially coming in with that Hermit energy, you know, somebody who normally works alone. As far as alchemy is concerned, they walk a solitary path, but they do have people who work with them. They work alone, but they have people that work with them, maybe because they get certain advantages from this King of Pentacles. Some kind of reward, could be monetary reward. Okay, let me get some details here. Tell me about this Queen of Pentacles. What's up with this Queen of Pentacles? King of Hearts. King of Hearts to the King of Diamonds in the shadow, to the King of Clubs in the shadow, okay? Strong fire, strong earth in the shadow. This person wants to take independent action toward the object of their affection, a King of Hearts here, okay? King of Hearts, water sign energy, right? So they may feel that the object of their affection is caught up by somebody here, or that you have this person's heart, and that's why this person's sort of on the attack. This person will reach out. This is that Queen of Pentacles energy, okay? They will reach out. They're hoping they can get you to sort of put down your defenses a little bit. Be willing to let them in. Be willing to hear them out. I think you're concerned about it, much like the air signs were, that it will create some kind of conflict. You could have a strong air placement in your chart. I feel like you want to block this energy when it comes forward with the Two of Clubs in the shadow. it's not somebody you want to partner with. Maybe they want to partner with you on something. And you're like, oh no. You don't feel right about partnering with this person on this. Tell me about this King of Pentacles. What's up with this King of Pentacles? What's up with this King of Pentacles? Okay, that landed right on top of the martyred energy. Okay, somebody who's coming into, this is somebody who wants to abandon a couple others and go their own way. Okay, could be like a third party sort of situation here. They're choosing to head in a direction of their own choosing. They don't want to bring along the baggage, is what I heard. Could be Scorpio. Also, the way they're moving forward is very concealed. It's hidden. Their intentions are hidden. Okay. It's got like clandestine vibe to it. Okay. There may be a couple others that are associated with this King of Pentacles that are suspicious about the way they're moving because they feel like they don't have details that they used to have. This person is heading in a different direction. What came in here? Yeah, something was brought to a close with the 10 of spades here. It was pretty brutal. And they're hoping they can heal it because they feel like they got martyred in a situation. That's who this King of Pentacles is. They feel almost like they were made an example of in a situation where they didn't have all the details, or they didn't understand the full scope of what was going on, probably because of their involvement with these two others here. All right. So I feel like there's been some kind of falling out here. And that's why this energy of the Queen of Pentacles is like coming off very much in their masculine. Like this is a person who is greedy for what the King of Pentacles holds, and they want to get their hands on it. And they might want to get their hands on it through taking some really strong action. It could be to try to seize their assets in some way, but I also feel like they may have tried to work through some kind of seduction and their efforts fell flat. Their efforts fell flat. All right. So there's some kind of restoration this King of Pentacles is trying to make happen here. This King of Pentacles wants to turn something around. They don't want to be made an example of. It's like they want to turn around their reputation. Yeah, with the 7 of spades, they feel in the shadow, they feel like they're viewed as somebody very like sneaky and undermining, and they don't want that to be like their calling card here. Maybe especially because of somebody they want to do business with or somebody they want to partner with in some way. Okay, let me see, who is this Queen of Wands? Tell me about this Queen of Wands, please. What's going on with this Queen of Wands? I mean, this is a storm that's brewing. I see it. Okay, so this is not done yet. There's something about this you're still going to have to navigate here before you get to all this good stuff that wants to come in. I see this is something that's up ahead. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. Who's the Queen of Wands? Who's this Queen of Wands who's going to move forward independently here? Ooh. Jack of Hearts, moving forward, following their heart. Queen of Diamonds in the shadow, and it came here and it fell right across that 10 of water, crossing that 10 of Cups energy. This is somebody who wants to block this happiness. Big earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, because they're following their heart. So that's why they're like justifying their actions. Well, I'm following my heart. This is what would give me fulfillment. But this energy already, had judgment called on it. It's like something's already been balanced out here, but they don't like the karmic balance. They feel like it's not fair. So this Queen of Wands is this Queen of Diamonds in the shadow who's moving forward alone. Okay, they're hearing some kind of news that's forcing them to sort of like find their own way here. And coming in with the Queen of Wands, they could have been like a third party in this situation. They could have been a hidden third party in this situation. This could be somebody who is really competitive on a business level. This could be an entrepreneur who's been in competition with you, maybe because you're in the same field, okay? And they want to try to like get you out of your spot because they know that, you know, somebody in a position of power is about to offer you some kind of opportunity here. And they feel like, no, that should be mine, but it's not for them. Like there's something's already been balanced out here. Like something's been decided. It doesn't matter how much they have their heart set on it. It's not for them. And coming in with the Hermit, as well as the Queen of Wands, this could be somebody who's been like doing a little thwarting work because they got some jealousy here. That's what I see. This is an energy that needs to be sort of like cleared out here. Yeah. They thought they were really slick, but see, notice how this Joker in the light is in reverse. This is the energy that's going to get caught up. I see it. They're going to be in that hangman position. Okay, any other details you want us to know? What is the best way for the water signs to navigate this conflict? Like, how should they handle this situation? What is the best way for the water signs to effectively deal with this showdown kind of energy? Two of Clubs. Go toward the path that opens for you now. Go toward the path that opens for you now. And it's interesting because we got Jack of Hearts showing up in the shadow, which is interesting to me because that's your energy. And we got the Ace of Hearts in reverse in the shadow. And then we got the Joker in reverse in the light. To the theory of 11 in reverse. Let me turn this all around here. It's almost like there's a way that's opening up for you here, but it's like your heart doesn't trust it because you think it's not what you want, but it is what you want. You just don't have the illumination about it right now. It's like what you want wants you, but there's something about the way through that's going to be presented that you're not going to trust because it's not that thing. It should have been that. You know what I mean? But there's something that you're not seeing here. That's how it's coming through. Give me more details about this, please. Give me more details about this, Spirit. Now we got the Queen of Spades in the shadow. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And what's on top of the Queen of Spades? We got 4 clubs. We got alignment. Now it's interesting here because she's now resting on top of this 7 of Spades shadow energy to the 10 of Spades in the light, to the 3 of Cups. That's a very interesting energy. Is this the energy that feels like it's been martyred? This Queen of Spades. Air sign energy that had something come to an end. 7 of Spades. Tricky energy. It looks like some kind of alignment. For the Queen of Spades in the shadow, maybe that's why there's some kind of upset over the way that's opening before you. Like maybe there's something about this doesn't seem fair, but there's like some kind of perspective that's not seen. What's the true nature of this Queen of Spades? Because this, I'm doing a read for water elemental here, so it could be this is the water elemental's perspective of this Queen of Spades in the shadow. All right. Is this Queen of Spades working in a sabotaging way? 6 of Hearts in the light. No. Came out crossing. This is a familiar energy. We got Jack of Spades with the Joker here in the shadow. This is very, very, very wild. And behind that, we have the Queen of Diamonds. It's like there could be like somebody's ex in the mix here that's moving forward in a way, like taking some strong action that's problematic. This is somebody there's been a long-standing connection with, okay? With the Six of Hearts in the light, soulmate energy. Who is the Queen of Spades connected to? The Queen of Spades in the shadow. Who are they a soulmate to? What is this about? Who are they a soulmate to? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Who are they a soulmate to? Both coming out in the light. Nine of Spades in reverse. Three of Spades in reverse in the light. So this is somebody who's not in a place of worry. This person's not in a place of heartache. If anything, with the Queen of Spades in the shadow, this is probably somebody that's coming off really cold, somebody really closed off. This could even be somebody that's isolated themselves, maybe even isolated themselves from other people that they share like long-standing connections with, soulmates, okay? This doesn't just have to be romantically, it can be good friends. But I see that this person maybe did this. They cut themselves off from the interaction because to do so alleviated some kind of anxiety, stress for them, some kind of heartache for them. This is something they did to almost like sequester themselves. And they might be taking like some real severe action in relation to some funny business around money here. I see that. Who is this Queen of Spades in the shadow to the water signs? What relationship does the water signs have with this Queen of Spades in the shadow? I have to look into this because this came in the air sign download and your download now, and then we're tying in points here. So I really want to understand. Okay, we have some stuff that landed on the ground here. One shadow, one light. The light's not in the cross position. The shadow's in the cross position. Some source of like major disappointment here, something that was lost. The Five of Hearts. Okay, so water signs, it's sort of like coming through like you feel some sense of loss in relation to this Queen of Spades in the shadow. Because they moved away from some kind of disappointment and they're coming into alignment with another here with the Seven of Hearts. They got some message coming in. So maybe this is somebody that this King of Pentacles is approaching. And somebody feels a sense of disappointment around this. Like you feel a sense of disappointment around this, almost like, why will they let this person in, but they won't let me in? Is that what it is? Discover, learn, and play. Like you feel like you're out of the loop in relation to this character. This person may come off kind of critical, okay? Their energy might be a little bit harsh. This may be what you're receiving messages about. There's some kind of messages you're going to receive here that are going to illuminate something for you, maybe from a King of Pentacles. That came in with the Virgo energy with the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Well, what's the best course of action? for the water signs to take in relation to this. This energy feels like it's pulled out. That's what I see. It's pulled out of this situation. This energy feels like it's really like got some boundary lines down. People may feel this person's like really cold or has like really harsh words to speak or something like that. Okay. It's like kind of a cold cutting energy. But King of Spades in the light coming in here. This is just like the air sign download. It's the proper measure because of something that was illuminated for them, some messages that were illuminated for them in the shadow, something that was hidden that came to light for them that made them say, nope, blocks in place with the two of spades in the shadow. That's what that is. Okay, I just had to follow that thread because it was a connecting thread here. They realized that somebody was not part of their soul family with the Six of Hearts in the shadow. Used to be good, not good anymore. That's what that is. All right, so they took some decisive action here. But see, this is interesting how it comes out. Because with the masculine coming in the light here, right, to the feminine in the shadow, it's like they took an action. The action was the right action to take. But maybe what's lacking is the waterway. Maybe this person's really shut down their emotions. They've shut down their feelings here. Because remember, there's that piece about returning to your true essence. So there could be something here. This could be like, you need to get the memo about yourself. Like if you have a strong air sign placement, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this could be something that is revealed to you through Iris of the Rainbows about the ways you become very detached from your emotions. It's sort of frozen things, you know. It's prevented the thaw from coming on that can actually get you moving things forward, okay? You might really be guarding your energy. I could see that. I could see that. This could be in relation to past matters. This could be in relation to really young parts of the self being activated. That's how that's coming through. All right. Let me do a cut of the deck here. Any further clues about how this should be handled? 10 of Spades. Let the cycle come to a close. Don't do any work around it, okay? The three of diamonds here. This is about really understanding what's at work in a situation. Let things work themselves out. There's been a lot of injury in a situation to the 10 of Spades in the shadow. This has been a pretty mean and heavy cycle, like whatever this has been. But the way through will be found back into the true essence, back into the heart, right? But this is like 10 of Spades in the shadow. Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Let it work itself out with the 3 of Diamonds here in the light. Just focus on coming into the heart space here. Coming back into the true soul's essence. That's what I see. Interesting. Yeah, there's no moving forward with this, with the 8 of Clubs in the shadow on the bottom of the deck. This is something you got to let it thaw out. Don't try to come on in with like, you know, a bunch of fire trying to, you know, force a thaw. And I don't think that that'll work out. Yeah, interesting. Yes, yes, yes. We got number 36 coming in here with Coca, foresight, okay? And I do feel like this would normally be like your tendency here with green Tara energy on the scene. You know, always ready to take action, always ready to take a step forward. And you see there's a rainbow across the sky here. So it's like Iris is going to come in and give you a message of foresight so you don't take too quick of an action that could sabotage things. And again, could be coming through a Virgo because we have number 36 here breaks down to 9. And this could even be like in relation to work in some way. Maybe somebody you were thinking of partnering with, then maybe you shouldn't because something needs to be revealed to you about where the true gold, where the true opportunity lies. On the other side of some kind of transformation. There's something here that you don't currently see because it's unknown territory with Jaguar medicine. But to head in this direction is going to require impeccable integrity, all right? Impeccable integrity. All right, let's go ahead and get the magic that came out real quickly. Wow. Okay, got quite a few things that came out. Okay. Interesting. Got another root coming in here. So yes, I mean, I do feel like the wheel is going to turn. There is going to be a moving forward here. And we have the magician energy coming in here. So there's that Gemini energy. Also, there is a new foundation that is being put in place here. There needs to be a new foundation put in place before any sort of action is taken so that power is used in the correct way. We got, a couple different roots coming out here. We got ginseng coming out too, okay? Ginseng. So there's something here that requires playing the long game, The wheel doesn't turn overnight, but when it turns, it comes about rather unexpectedly. And that's what I feel like this storm is about. Remember, the storm is the way through. So there's something that comes in with the energy of both Uranus and Jupiter, all right? So it's a big energy. It changes the landscape. It's a storm. It rolls through, but it provides the way through for what wants to grow, what wants to come into bloom in your life. And there's these messages coming in that you're a conduit for. Comes in with the number 42, breaks down to 6. Life past 6 could be significant. Also, with the number 6, it makes me think of the Lovers, being at a place where you're sort of held up in the crossroads, need to make a choice. Well, you're going to get the messages you need. The information you need is going to come through. And look at this. We got like all these like fairy energies flying around here. And with Amanita, it is sort of that soma energy entering that other state of consciousness. So there's something you're getting here, something you're grokking here, diving into your true soul's essence, the Neptunian energy a little bit more. We do have Neptune, Saturn in Aries, okay? So the foundation is going to have to be built in a new way. And there is an initiative that is being taken here. There's some kind of new initiation of energy that's opening up a new way forward, a new cycle here. We got Aquarian energy coming in here too, okay? Aquarian energy, Leo rising. We also got Jupiterian energy, that's Piscean energy, also Sagittarian energy here. And with the 4, we got the Emperor, Aries energy. Like there's the start of a new cycle here, but it's through really moving forward in a sense of independence first, I feel, right? Independent action will be taken in this situation by perhaps a particular emperor. Could be this like King of Pentacles here. Somebody who already holds a certain position, okay? A position of authority that allows them to affect this change. They might also hold quite a bit of magic too, right? I do feel here. Remember, this person likes to work independently. They may have other people who do favors for them, who receive something in return, but this person does seem to sort of walk alone, right? I do feel like you're getting some kind of guidance here, some kind of messages coming in here that will get you to the other side of an issue. But with this, it's about just trusting the justice as it's rolling out. With number 29 here, breaks down to 11 with Cassandra. We find grace, we find the way through, okay? And there is sort of this tempering energy here. Something is being balanced out. What's being balanced out? We got Jupiter coming in with Venus, okay? So that is the energy of Jupiter that's been in Gemini, the communication. And it's that rebirth of Venus energy that's coming in as we have Jupiter moving into the house of Cancer. That's a major alignment point. This is when the energy really finds like its home, all right? This is a very beneficial cycle. It's sort of like the rebirth of grace. It's the rebirth of the Venusian energy here, right? So there's something here about really letting go and trusting the flow that comes through at this time. And it's a very sensual flow with Mandrake, okay? And see, that's what you may not understand, where you have felt sort of like held up, caught up. It's interesting because this sort of mythos around Mandrake is that Mandrake can only be obtained from the gallows. And we've had all that sort of like hanged man energy coming through. So it's sort of like, I feel like you've been going through a little bit of testing here. You've been going through a little bit of a spiritual test from grace, because you're opening up as a greater conduit for a vision that wants to come through. And that's why these messages are going to be coming in that are sort of guiding your steps forward here, guiding the way you move. Because these messages, what you're receiving here, it's like musing energy. What you're receiving is being brought to you because you're meant to share it, all right? And you're not meant to move forward in a contrived way here, but could be some indication that maybe you've been a little bit cut off emotionally. And there's a need to really get reconnected with more of a vulnerability, not so much of a sort of stoic or sort of steely exterior, especially if you have strong air in your chart, okay? Something's currently going through a transformation. You're about to get to the other side of this, but you have to let your senses move you forward. And you're recovering a bit of magic here from the very essence of you that could not have been obtained any other way than if you had found yourself caught up at the gallows. You see what I mean? But you are getting grace. It's like getting a pardon. It's like, okay, you now are being gifted the magic, okay? The magic that comes through your trials. It's like being initiated into being a wisdom keeper to be able to be a conduit for this, okay? That's what I see. That's what I see. Foresight is always better than hindsight, okay? It's better. Yeah, I mean, you hear people say hindsight is better than foresight, but I feel like it's the opposite for you. You don't want to have to like look back and go, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. If I would have known then what I know now, it's sort of like this message is coming in for you from Iris of the Rainbows. So you can be prepared for this storm. So you know now what you'll be glad to have known because of where it will lead you in the end, rather than the reverse, you know, sort of regretting an action you took here. That's what I see. Let me do a cut of the deck to cap this off. This feels really complete to me. There's a lot that came through here for you. And this is wild, just like in the air sign read, it brings about this beautiful alignment here. It brings about justice. Again, it's a courting sort of energy. There's magic at play here. It looks like you're also getting this miraculous chalice. There's some type of partnership that's occurring here. It's the beloved. I feel like it's also, you know, unifying those disparate parts of yourself, those parts that have been in the shadow, because this is Venusian energy coming in with Plutonian energy. So this is very much about reclaiming parts of oneself and being in this place of integration. And it's sort of like, it's maybe not time yet to merge with others. And maybe that's why one has felt held back, potentially in matters of the heart, or coming together with a path of heart, like something that you really feel like, that this is my purpose, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is where I belong, or this is home for me, you know. But there's been something that's been needed to be integrated before this could come into alignment, but I do see it coming into alignment. But it's one of those things where you can't force it. This is not about going out and getting it. This is about letting something be. This is letting the work be in refining the self, reflecting into one's own eyes, provides the insight, the foresight that's needed, because it reveals the beauty within you that becomes the beauty that is the way through, the beauty path that then causes all these beautiful things to blossom all around you. And it has you reclaiming a very special magic that will become your waterway, because in what you share as a result of this, it nourishes many. It's really beautiful energy. Damiana, you have to let this court you, okay? This is like, let the muse court you. Let the inspirational energy court you. Let Iris of the rainbow show you where the hope is on the other side of the storm. Don't think you got it all figured out, okay? Really beautiful energy. Again, Raven, we got Libra energy coming through. Justice, Libra energy coming through. All right, so this is a very interesting energy, and the way that it was reflected in the air sign quest read. So, I mean, this has come in before, you know, sort of that dualistic energy of the air and the water sort of mirroring something to each other. Also, you know, it takes oxygen, it takes air to have water in the first place. So they both are sources of everlasting nourishment. And there's something here, you opened up with that about returning to the breath in order to allow the emotional flow as well. And maybe that is bringing in this quality of presence, you know, not getting ahead of things, take it one breath at a time, right? Something is about to roll out here that's going to make the way through clear. It brings about alignment, double alignment. I just noticed that. Grace, the beloved Grace, also coming into a place of spiritual alignment. We got 29 here, 11, 11, 11, okay? Not too far off from here. And I do feel it's sort of like, then one, the independent journey of that great bard Taliesin becoming the master magician, right? Will become a journey where two align and balance something out with each other. Really beautiful. And together their partnership brings some source of inexhaustible nourishment. I feel like that will come through sometime in the summer. All right. Very deep message, beautiful message. And I love the tie-ins. Godspeed.